Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Sadika. Two, three, four, five, six, eight. How many members are attended to morning class?
10 members, sir.
Okay. Let it be wait 1 more minute. My voice is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. సో నేను పోస్ట్ చేసిన మెటీరియల్ అందరూ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకున్నారా? వెరిఫికేషన్ అండ్ వ్యాలిడేషన్ ఆఫ్ మెడికల్ డివైజెస్.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
ఒకసారి చూడండి మీ ఫ్రీ టైంలో. ఏదైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి. So the last topic in the unit 2 is the today's chapter, today's topic, that is adverse event reporting system of medical devices. It is also one of the very important topic. Okay, we'll start the session now. Okay, okay, dear students, we'll start the session. So let it confirm whether my screen is visible to you or not.
Visible, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Am I right? My voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So in our medical devices subject under unit 2, the last topic is adverse event reporting of medical devices. So here it is also the prime topic, how apart from the ISO 14971 and also QMS, quality management systems, and also verification and validation, it is a part of adverse event reporting of medical devices. So as a regulatory professional, you should also learn how any adverse event that can be happened, how we can report to the higher authorities like regulatory bodies or maybe any government. So this chapter entirely deals with the how, if the adverse event may happen, so that adverse event, how to report and what is the procedure and which rules that can govern this to report to the higher authorities. So everything you people are going to learn this under this chapter, adverse event reporting of medical devices. Right? Clear the objective of this lesson?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Then, so just you people, can you share me your knowledge? What is a adverse event? Let me please don't browse on internet. Just share your knowledge. What you understand the word adverse event?
So any
Which
side
cause
effects,
harm to
Vimalaya, you tell me.
any side effects
Okay,
are taking medicine.
ఓకే. మరి సైడ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ అని మనం రాయొచ్చు కదా, అడ్వర్స్ ఈవెంట్ అని ఎందుకు రాస్తున్నాం? మరి సైడ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ రిపోర్టింగ్ అనొచ్చు కదా, అడ్వర్స్ ఈవెంట్ అంటున్నాం ఎందుకు మరి? సైడ్ ఎఫెక్ట్కి అడ్వర్స్ ఈవెంట్కి ఏమైనా డిఫరెన్స్ ఉందా పోనీ?
సార్ ఇప్పుడు అడ్వర్స్ ఎఫెక్ట్స్ వస్తే అది ఎక్కువగా మెడికల్ డివైజెస్ యూస్ చేసినప్పుడు ఎక్కువగా వస్తే దాని మీద రిపోర్ట్ చేసేటప్పుడు అది ఈవెంట్గా, అంటే అది ఒకేసారి తీసుకొని ఈవెంట్గా వాళ్ళు వర్క్ చేస్తారు, రిపోర్ట్ చేస్తారు కదా సార్, దాన్ని అలా సిమ్టమ్స్.
No, no, no. Can anybody? Adverse event.
అన్ఇంటెండెడ్ డిసీజ్ కానీ అలాంటివి.
Unintended disease కానీ. Okay. So I will tell you the clear definition. So as per my knowledge, so adverse event is so any event or unintended event. That means unintended means so generally what we are performing on a patient, that is for their improvement of health, right? For their improvement of health, we can do some surgeries or any event like diagnosing or a treatment, so like that. So all those events are called as particularly that can be benefit to the maintaining of or sustaining of the health of a patient. So that events, anything that can be conducted in a wrong way, so that there may be a possibility of harm to the patient. That event in those, suppose those conditions are called adverse events, right? Let us say, once again I will repeat. So see, right? So are injuries that result from any medical intervention. What do you mean by medical intervention? Medical intervention means that means any procedure or anything or a diagnosis that can be a physician that can be taken, physician going to take in to improve the health of a patient. Such conditions, such events are called medical interventions. So if any injuries that can be result from a medical intervention and are responsible for harm to the patient, like harm means maybe a death or maybe a life-threatening illness or maybe a disability at the time of discharge or prolongation of hospital stay, then it is called as a adverse event. So side effect means so entirely that can be applicable to the pharmaceutical products. That means after administration, that is you are taking inside into the stomach. So what are the possibilities that may, so that is in contrast to the mentioned intended use, that is called as a side effect. So here it is not called as a side effect, it's called as an adverse event, right? Clear? Adverse event ఏదైతే మనం పేషెంట్ మీద అతని యొక్క హెల్త్ ఇంప్రూవ్ అవ్వటానికి మనం పర్ఫామ్ చేస్తున్నామో, అతని యొక్క హెల్త్ ఇంప్రూవ్ అవ్వడానికి మనం ఏం పర్ఫామ్ చేస్తాం? ఫిజిషియన్ సో ట్రీట్మెంట్ ఇస్తాడు, లేదంటే అతనికి సంబంధించిన డయాగ్నోసిస్ చేస్తాడు, లేదంటే అతని యొక్క హెల్త్ మెయింటైన్ అవ్వడానికి హాస్పిటల్ స్టే చక్కగా జరిగేట్లు చూస్తాడు. సో ఇలాంటి అన్నిటిని కూడా మనం మెడికల్ ఇంటర్వెన్షన్స్ అంటాం. సో అలా చూసేటప్పుడు దానిలో ఏమైనా తప్పులు జరుగుంటే, అంటే ఇంజురీస్ ఏదైనా జరుగుంటే, ఏదైనా అన్ఇంటెండెడ్ ఈవెంట్స్ జరుగుంటే, దానివల్ల పేషెంట్కి డెత్ అయినా కానివ్వండి, లైఫ్ థ్రెటనింగ్ ఇల్నెస్ వచ్చినా కానివ్వండి, లేదంటే డిజబిలిటీ వచ్చినా కానీ, లేదా హాస్పిటల్లో డిశ్చార్జ్ అవ్వాల్సిన వాడు ఇంకాస్త ప్రొలాంగ్ హాస్పిటల్ స్టే అయినా కానివ్వండి, ఇలాంటి ఈవెంట్ అన్నిటిని కలిసి మనం అడ్వర్స్ ఈవెంట్ అంటాం. రైట్?
Yes, sir.
Clear? I heard
Yes.
from only Sarika only.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, right. So if you have any doubt, please interrupt me and ask. I think you people very clearly know the difference between the adverse event and a side effect. ఇక్కడ మనం side effect అనకూడదు, because it is a medical device. We are not taking inside. It is not a pharmaceutical. It is a medical device. Here we can it call as a directly adverse event. Right? Let us say మిమ్మల్ని diagnose చేయాలి by using X-ray machine. సో ఎక్స్రే మెషిన్ యూజ్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఏదన్నా మిస్యూజ్ కానివ్వండి, లేదంటే హై వోల్టేజ్ రావటం కానివ్వండి, సమ్ అదర్ ఫిజికల్ డ్యామేజ్ ఏదైనా జరిగిన దానిలో మెషిన్లో, సో సమ్ టైమ్స్ వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్, దే మే బి ఫిజికల్ ఇంజురీ అంటే రావాల్సిన రేడియేషన్ కంటే ఇంకా హై ఇంటెన్సిటీ రేడియేషన్ వచ్చింది అనుకోండి, పేషెంట్ ఒక్కసారి చనిపోవచ్చు, లేదంటే ఏదైనా డిజబిలిటీ రావచ్చు. అలాంటి కండిషన్స్ ని మనం అడ్వర్స్ ఈవెంట్ అంటాం. క్లియర్?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right, coming to the next slide. Any issue may relate to an adverse event or maybe a quality issue, right? So the patients, caregivers, healthcare professionals and suppliers all are encouraged to lodge an adverse event report if an incident has occurred and there is a concern about the safety of the device or its use. Right? Clear? Patients అయినా ఈ కంప్లైంట్ లాడ్జ్ చేయొచ్చు, కేర్ గివర్స్, హెల్త్ కేర్ ప్రొఫెషనల్స్ అండ్ ఆల్సో సప్లయర్స్ ఆర్ ఆల్ ఎంకరేజ్ టు లాడ్జ్ యాన్, అంటే అప్లై చేయొచ్చు అనమాట, అడ్వర్స్ ఈవెంట్ కంప్లైంట్ చేయొచ్చు. లాడ్జ్ యాన్ అడ్వర్స్ ఈవెంట్ రిపోర్ట్ ఇఫ్ అన్ ఇన్సిడెంట్ హ్యాస్ అకర్డ్ and there is a concern about the safety of the device or its use. Right? So here what the question arises is, who are the persons responsible to lodge a complaint? Who are the persons responsible?
Patients,
caregivers,
healthcare professionals, suppliers.
suppliers.
So these people are the responsible to lodge a complaint about the any safety issues related to the medical device. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Coming to the next slide. So medical device reporting, MDR, it is entirely different. మనం నిన్న చూసింది MDR, a medical device regulations, EU MDR. Here it is a medical device reporting. Right? So a medical device reporting, it is the procedure for the Food and Drug Administration to get significant medical device adverse events information from manufacturers, importers and also user facilities. What do you mean by here user facilities?
user facilities means the medical device where it is implanted.
Okay.
Means
So here user facilities nothing but the hospitals, ambulatory services, outpatients, except patient's office, not physician's office. ఫిజిషియన్స్ ఆఫీస్ తప్ప మనం హాస్పిటల్ అనొచ్చు, అంబులేటరీ సర్వీస్ అనొచ్చు, లేదంటే ఒక డయాగ్నోస్టిక్ సెంటర్ని, వీటన్నిటిని కూడా మనం యూజర్ ఫెసిలిటీస్ అనొచ్చు. రైట్? సో to get the significant medical device adverse events, issues can be detected and corrected quickly. At the same lot of that a product may be recalled at the same time. So what is this use? So at the same time, if the it may be a MDR, that is medical device reporting, based upon that event. So if the adverse event is very dangerous to the human health and may call and may leads a death, so that on those situations the product is recalled from the market. So in order to recall or in order to sustain the product in the market, the regulatory body and also the government always seeks to get the information from the manufacturers and also importers as well as from user facilities. These are the three prime sources: manufacturers, importers, and user facilities. So that the product may be, depending upon the situation, it may be a recall. The medical device reporting regulations as per 21 CFR Code of Federal Regulations of Part 803 contains a mandatory requirements for manufacturers, importers, and device user facilities to report certain device related adverse events and product problems to FDA. See, so if anyone like a manufacturer or importer or maybe a device user facilities, if they want to lodge a complaint to the FDA, so they must follow the which rule? 21
21 CFR Part
Part
803.
803. Remember. So this is very much an important point. So when anybody can ask you or question you, so as per which regulations the user means already mentioned here, a manufacturer or importer or user facility or anyone, patient or supplier. So they may lodge the complaint to the FDA. So on 21, based on 21 CFR Part 803, 21 Code of Federal Regulations, Part 803 లో మెన్షన్ చేసిన రెగ్యులేషన్స్ ప్రకారం కంపల్సరీగా ఎవరైనా మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చర్ కానివ్వండి, ఇంపోర్టర్ కానివ్వండి, లేదా డివైస్ యూజర్ ఫెసిలిటీ అంటే డివైస్ యూజర్ ఫెసిలిటీస్ అంటే అంబులేటరీ సర్వీస్ అయినవ్వండి, అవుట్ పేషెంట్ అవ్వనివ్వండి, తర్వాత హాస్పిటల్ అనివ్వండి, ఎవరైనా కానీ వాళ్ళు ఒకవేళ అడ్వర్స్ ఈవెంట్ ఫేస్ చేసినట్లయితే ఎఫ్డిఏకి కంపల్సరీగా వాళ్ళు కంప్లైంట్ చేయొచ్చు యాజ్ పర్ 21 CFR Part 803. క్లియర్?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Coming to the next slide. So how to report medical device problem? ఎట్లా మనం రిపోర్ట్ చేయాలి? ఏ రెగ్యులేషన్స్ ప్రకారం అన్నదానికి 21 CFR 803 Part 803. సో ఎట్లా అన్నదానికి ఇప్పుడు నేను చెప్పబోతున్నాను ప్రొసీజర్. సి, మెడికల్ డివైస్ రిపోర్ట్స్ ఆర్ సబ్మిటెడ్ టు FDA బై మ్యాండేటరీ రిపోర్టర్స్. అంటే మ్యాండేటరీ రిపోర్టర్స్ అంటే ఆల్రెడీ మనం ముందు డిస్కస్ చేసాం, మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరర్స్, ఇంపోర్టర్స్ అండ్ డివైస్ యూజర్ ఫెసిలిటీస్. సో మీకు అర్థం కావడానికి నేను ఇక్కడ డివైస్ యూజర్ ఫెసిలిటీ అనే డెఫినేషన్ కూడా ఇచ్చాను చూడండి. ఏ డివైస్ యూజర్ ఫెసిలిటీ ఈజ్ ఏ హాస్పిటల్. ఒక హాస్పిటల్ కానివ్వచ్చు, నేను ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పాను, ఒక అంబులేటరీ సర్వీస్ కావచ్చు, అంబులేటరీ సర్జికల్ ఫెసిలిటీ కావచ్చు, లేదా ఒక నర్సింగ్ హోమ్ కావచ్చు, ఒక అవుట్ పేషెంట్ డయాగ్నోస్టిక్ ఫెసిలిటీ కావచ్చు, లేదా అవుట్ పేషెంట్ ట్రీట్మెంట్ ఫెసిలిటీ కావచ్చు, బట్ విచ్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఏ ఫిజిషియన్స్ ఆఫీస్, రైట్? సో యూజర్ ఫెసిలిటీస్ మస్ట్ రిపోర్ట్ ఏ సస్పెక్టెడ్ మెడికల్ డివైస్ రిలేటెడ్ డెత్ టు బోత్ ద FDA and to the manufacturer. So if the user facility want to lodge a complaint, so he must submit his report to the FDA, as well as to the manufacturer. So at the same time, the manufacturer simultaneously will analyze the problem where this problem is actually happened, right? So simultaneously they have to lodge a complaint to the both to the as well as FDA and to the manufacturer, right? Clear are the definition of a device user facility?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Apart from the device user facilities, voluntary reporters are also able to submit or lodge a complaint. Voluntary reporters means healthcare professionals, patients, caregivers, and consumers. So వీళ్ళలో ఎవరైనా కానివ్వండి, ఎఫ్డిఏకి, మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరర్కి మీరు if you are really facing any adverse event related to the medical devices, you can lodge a complaint as per 21 CFR Part 803 as per mentioned regulations. So see next slide. Mandatory reporting for manufacturers, importers, and device user facilities, they can submit their complaint in the form of Form FDA 3500A. Is very, very important, because here ఈ స్లైడ్ లో మనం క్లియర్ గా చూసాం, వాలంటరీ రిపోర్టర్స్ కంప్లైంట్ లాడ్జ్ చేయొచ్చు, యాజ్ వెల్ యాజ్ డివైస్ యూజర్ ఫెసిలిటీ వాళ్ళు లాడ్జ్ చేయొచ్చు. సో ఇక్కడ ఎవరు ఏ విధంగా లాడ్జ్ చేయాలనే దానికి ఒక అప్లికేషన్ ప్రొసీజర్ అనేది FDA పెట్టింది. దట్ ఈస్ ఫామ్ FDA 3500A. This form is mandatory for this form is used for mandatory reporting of manufacturers, importers, and device user facilities. వీళ్ళు మాత్రం కంప్లైంట్ లాడ్జ్ చేయాలంటే ఈ అప్లికేషన్ యూజ్ చేసుకోవాలి. వేరాస్ వాలంటరీ మెడ్ వాచ్ రిపోర్టింగ్ ఫర్ patients, healthcare professionals, and the consumers. So that means voluntary persons and also patients, healthcare professionals, and consumers. So they must submit their application in the form of Form FDA 3500. Clear? Right?
Yes, sir.
మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరర్స్, ఇంపోర్టర్స్, డివైస్ యూజర్ ఫెసిలిటీస్ వాళ్ళు మాత్రమే ఫామ్ FDA 3500A యూజ్ చేసుకోవాలి. లేదా వాలంటరీగా సబ్మిట్ చేసే వాళ్ళు ఎవరైనా, అంటే పేషెంట్స్ కానివ్వండి, హెల్త్ కేర్ ప్రొఫెషనల్స్ కానివ్వండి, కన్స్యూమర్స్ కానివ్వండి, వీళ్ళు ఎవరైనా కానీ యూజ్ చేయాల్సిన అప్లికేషన్ ఫామ్ వచ్చేసి ఫామ్ FDA 3500. దట్టు ఫామ్ మీన్స్, ఫామ్ అంటే ఏదో ఫిజికల్ గా డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకొని దానిలో కొంచెం ఫిల్ చేసేసి సబ్మిట్ చేసేది కాదు. ఎవ్రీథింగ్ షుడ్ బి ఎలక్ట్రానికల్ సబ్మిషన్, EMDR. C, that is electronical medical device reporting, EMDR, that requires manufacturers and importers to submit to MDRs to the FDA in an electronic format that the FDA can process, review, and archive. User facilities can also submit EMDR reports, but the final rule allows user facilities to continue to submit paper MDR report. So ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే కంపల్సరీగా ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ అంటే మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరర్స్ కానివ్వండి, ఇంపోర్టర్స్ కానివ్వండి, డివైస్ యూజర్ ఫెసిలిటీస్ వీళ్ళందరూ కూడా ఎలక్ట్రానిక్ ఫామ్ లోనే సబ్మిట్ చేయాలి. ఎలక్ట్రానిక్ ఫామ్ దట్ ఈస్ FDA 3500A. అదే వాలంటరీగా కంప్లైంట్ లాడ్జ్ చేసే వాళ్ళు అంటే పేషెంట్స్ కానివ్వండి, హెల్త్ కేర్ ప్రొఫెషనల్స్ కానివ్వండి, కన్స్యూమర్స్ కానీ ఎవరైనా కానీ, సో దే ఆల్సో సబ్మిట్ ఈ మెడికల్ డివైస్ రిపోర్టింగ్ ఫామ్, యాజ్ వెల్ యాజ్ sometimes they also use the hard copy also they can submit, because sometimes it is consumers, that means ultimate end user, sometimes it is not possible to know the everything to submit in online, so that so they can use also physical forms, that is hard copies also they will use to submit. So that is for throughout the world, that is electronic submission, EMDR to the FDA as per 21 CFR part 803, right? That is by using the applications form 3500A and also form 3500. But then coming to the India, what system is available in India? There is any online facility to submit?
SUPAC.
Pardon?
SUPAC's portal we can submit, no sir.
As of now, because under medical devices is under development, so that system is not at all used. So only a duly filled, that means a physical copy, a duly filled medical device adverse event reporting form that can be sent to the Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. That means duly filled. They clearly mentioned a duly filled medical device form, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So they mentioned clearly that duly filled. Then what is the application duly filled? Yes, in India, Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission gives the one a standard format for reporting of a medical device adverse events. Now I'm going to show you that format. See, this is a format. A medical device IPC means Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, right? Not Indian Penal Code. It is a Indian Pharmaceutical Commission or a Pharmacopoeia Commission. Here, according to this Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, this is the form that is duly filled by the anyone, like not only consumers, not only ultimate end user, like anyone, like manufacturers or ambulatory services, including that is user facilities, and also some importers or exporters or anyone who wish to lodge a complaint to the government of India, they must use this this reporting form that is duly filled in physically and then submit, right? So this is the first section of this medical device adverse event reporting form. So this can be according to the Material Vigilance Program of India. This program that can be designed according to the Material Vigilance Program of India. So this form is intended to collect information on medical device adverse event in India. This form is designed to be used voluntarily by manufacturer, importer, distributor of medical devices, healthcare professionals, and anyone with a direct or indirect knowledge of medical device adverse event. That's so clearly mentioned చేశాడు ఎవరెవరు ఈ రిపోర్ట్ ఫామ్ సబ్మిట్ చేయొచ్చు. They can be used voluntarily, does not forced by anyone. It can be used voluntarily by manufacturer or importer or maybe a distributor of medical devices, and also healthcare professionals and anyone with a direct or indirect knowledge of medical device adverse event, so that you can report to the government of India. So here the first section is the general information. So what this general information is taking? Date of report. Date of report means if you are observed anything adverse event, on which date you are observing, that is exactly we mentioned a date of a report. Then type of report, that is a initial you are observed or follow up or final or a trend. So based upon your adverse event, that means when the procedure is started at initial, if you are observed that adverse event, you should mention that that is observed at initial, or during observed at follow up stage you can mention a follow up or final or trend. Then third one, a reporter reference for MDMC only. That means it is a center or a location or month, year or case number. So that can be filled by a medical device manufacturing facility, center facility. So that means where this can be observed in a center or in any specific location, and which month and year, or patient case and details and everything you should mention under this 3 point number 3. Then coming to the next section, next reporter details. Who is a reporter?
Person who is applying for the adverse event.
Not applying, lodging. You can call it as a lodge, right?
Yes.
Very good. So ఇక్కడ రిపోర్ట్ అంటే మనం ముందుగా డిస్కస్ చేసిన విధంగా లైక్ ఏ మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరర్ మే బి ఏ రిపోర్టర్, ఏ పేషెంట్ మే బి ఏ రిపోర్టర్, ఆర్ ఏ ఇంపోర్టర్ మే బి ఏ రిపోర్టర్, ఆర్ మే బి ఏ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూటర్, ఆర్ మే బి ఏ హెల్త్ కేర్ ప్రొఫెషనల్, ఆర్ మే బి ఏ సాధిక, ఆర్ మే బి ఏ రామయ్య, సో ఆర్ సమ్ అదర్ ఎనీవన్. So voluntarily or involuntarily, directly or indirectly, does not having even knowledge also, so he is eligible to apply the not apply, lodge the complaint to the government. So that is the right type of reporter. So in case where the reporter is not a manufacturer, fill the following details. So has the reporter informed this incident to the manufacturer? Say yes or no. Is the reporter also submitting the report on behalf of the manufacturer? Yes or no. Then reporter contact information. So if you are lodging a complaint, your name, your address, your mobile number, your email ID. So everything that can be related to the reporter details, you have to mention in the section 2. This is the first section, general information. Section 2 is the reporter details. And coming to the next section 3, a device category. So a device category means whether it may be a medical device, or maybe a IVD, that is in vitro diagnostics, or maybe any machine, that is any preventive or therapeutic medical device equipment, so that you can mention the category also. So here you can clearly mention the which type it is a. So it is a therapeutic purpose, or both, or assistive, diagnostic, preventive, you can clearly mention. If it is a implantable, you can mention. If it is a invasive or non-invasive. So what do you mean by invasive or non-invasive? What do you mean by? Sarika?
I don't know correctly.
Can anybody? What do you mean by invasive? Just please try it, just because అంతకుముందు బ్రహ్మయ్య సార్ మీ క్లాస్ చెప్పేటప్పుడు కూడా చెప్పారు వాట్ ఈస్ ఇన్వేజివ్ అండ్ ఇన్వేజివ్. నేను ఒకసారి ఆయన స్లైడ్ చూసాను నేను. జస్ట్ యూ కెన్ అబ్జర్వ్, జస్ట్ యూ ట్రై టు రీకాల్ ఫస్ట్.
Sir, I'm thinking
Yes, you can share. Yes.
invasive means which is intended into the body, medical device into the body.
Yes, exactly.
Non-invasive, which is not implanted into the body, is known as non-invasive, I think. Is it?
Yes. So what you are telling is absolutely correct. Invasive means, let us say, injection ఏం చేస్తామమ్మా మనం? injection is a invasive, like injected into the body. దట్ మీన్స్ అంటే బాడీలో ఏదైనా న్యాచురల్ గా ఉన్న హోల్స్ ద్వారా కానివ్వండి, లేదంటే ఫిజికల్ గా మీరు ఏదైనా హోల్స్ చేసి మీరు ఆ మెడికల్ డివైస్ ని యూజ్ చేసినట్లయితే దాన్ని ఇన్వేజివ్ అంటారు. లేదా అట్లా కాకుండా ఓన్లీ ఆన్ బాడీ సర్ఫేస్ మీద యూజ్ చేసినట్లయితే అప్పుడు మీరు దాన్ని నాన్ ఇన్వేజివ్ అంటారు. క్లియర్?
Non-invasive.
Sir, but injection liquid we will give inside to the body, no sir, not the part, like it is not the medical device, no sir.
I'm just giving you example, yaar, for a better understanding. I'm not mingling the both injection and medical device, right?
Okay, okay.
So injection comes under medical device. Inside the drug is a drug. Clear? Syringe comes under medical device, you know. So syringe comes under invasive device. I'm not mentioning about the drug here. The way you are giving the injection to the patient. So how we can give the patient by making through invasive mode or non-invasive mode. Work ne pine petti itla kada or band-aid esi injection ni we can directly give it into the body. So that is invasive. So sometimes we are not forced. So by using a naturally formed orifices, we can call it as a holes. So we can give to the sometimes those medical devices. So those are also called as a invasive. Let us say sometimes on the top of the surface of the body, so we can give to the electrodes, right? So why we during the capturing of some sorry, the what we call it as electrographs or electrocardiograms, so that we are not giving to the inside the body. We're just keeping those electrodes on the top of the patient's body, like onto the chest or maybe sometimes at the head. So we regard in the some requirements. So on those cases, we are called as a non-invasive, right?
Okay, sir.
Right. So,
Yes.
so then you can mention a single use or maybe a reusable or a reuse of a manufacturer marketed. So everything we can maybe a sterile or non-sterile or maybe a personal care or home care. Everything you have to be mentioned. So about medical device and also in vitro diagnostics, right? So if it is in vitro diagnostics, you mention kits, it may be a kit or maybe a reagent or maybe a calibrator or a control material, and everything you have to mention under IVD. And also similarly medical equipments and machines like therapeutic and diagnostics, preventive, assistive, imaging, invasive, non-invasive, everything you should have to be mentioned under these headings: medical device, in vitro diagnostics. If it is a very big equipment, it comes under emissions, medical equipments. Then coming to the next slide, so the next section, then you can give clearly about the device details. So in this section, just you can tick it as a you can mark it as a whether it is a medical device or maybe in vitro diagnostic or maybe a medical device. So the next section is a device details. So we can clearly mention so the device name. Let us say it is a thermometer, or it is a syringe, sir, or it is a some other MRI machine, sir. Everything you should mention a device name, and also the trade name. If any trade name is there, you should mention the trade name and a brand name here. Apart from that, who is the manufacturer and importer and distributor, everything you have to given under the section of device details, right? So apart from that, the last section is event description is very, very important. Event description. On the first section, general information, just we are given the date of event. Here, everything you should mention in it is under event details, right? So under event description, so date of the event, like so date of the implant if it is implantable, and the location of the event, device of operator, device disposition and current location, if the device is used after incidents, serious events, non-serious event, everything you should have to be mentioned under event description, and a detailed description of the event. If these points are not at all related to you, you should also mention under here in our own words, right? That is under event description. The next one, a patient details. మనం జనరల్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇచ్చాం, పేషెంట్ డీటెయిల్స్ ఇస్తున్నాం, అండ్ తర్వాత మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరర్ డీటెయిల్స్ ఇస్తున్నాం, and apart from that, in particular the category of a device, whether it is a IVD or it may be a medical device or maybe a category 3 medical device. So apart from that, here we can mention the a patient information, like you can mention the hospital ID, patient initial or age and gender, weight, and patient outcomes. So where outcomes means the recovery date or maybe discharge date. If it is in case of death, so the details of the death, and everything you should have to be mentioned under the patient information. So this is about the form that is our government is given to all of us, everyone. We can voluntarily, not involuntarily, voluntarily, without influence of other manufacturers or anyone. You can voluntarily submit duly filled this application. You can submit to the IPC, that is Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission. You can submit, so they will look into your law complaint, and then they will solve the any specific issue. Now there will be a specific system. Similarly, FDA, how it maintains EMDR. Similarly, our government is also making some electronic submissions of this one. So soon we can get this. Already for pharmaceuticals, we have electronic submissions are there, but medical devices, so it is under development. So now our government very soon introduce this submission of EMDR. Clear? That is this chapter, reporting of a medical device, adverse event reporting of a medical device. So there is a last section here. One thing, that is a healthcare facility information. That is healthcare facility means, so if it is that happened in a hospital, you can mention the details of those healthcare facility. That is the name, address, contact details, casualty assessment. So everything you should mention in a healthcare facility information. That's it. So if you having any doubts, so you can please ask. Chandana, any doubts?
No, sir.
Sadhika, Sivakrishna,
No, sir.
Vimalaya,
No, sir.
clear? Next class, I will ask questions regarding the verification, validation, and also adverse event reporting of medical devices. So if anyone give the answer, sir, I can't understand, so I can't tolerate you. I once again repeating you, if anyone having any doubts, please ask me and clarify your doubts. Okay. Pratyusha?
No doubt, sir.
Yes, very good. Mohini, Monica, Tejurani, Sunandini?
No, sir.
Both. Okay, fine. I think it is a very simple concept of reporting this medical devices. So you should go through this this slide deck. I will post it in our Google Classroom. You can download it, and you can just you can prepare your own ways, right? Right? Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, dear students. So I will post this slide deck in our Google Classroom. You may access. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
Dear students.
sir.
We will see you
Okay,
next
sir.
class. Thank you. Bye.